Oh, excuse me. It's just a cough that came out. Welcome to the Game and Watch podcast, episode number 59. The Game and Watch podcast is a RView Gaming or OVG production. Now, what is OVG, you might ask? It's the brand. It's you. It's me. It's all of us. But on paper, it is my main man, the F-Man, Finest Dabs. And I am Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool, the host of the Game and Watch podcast. And for the next hour or so, we're gonna talk some video games with you guys. Make sure that you do check out our Patreon and our live stream channels on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter also. And for the audio side, we are on many different platforms, but we recently just got accepted on iHeartRadio. So we're making waves and we're making paves on getting this whole podcast,
Heck
to
yes.
different to different levels. yeah, for sure. Heck yes, definitely. So definitely check us out on there. We're still just we're trying to work our way back on the Apple Podcast. So for you Apple listeners, just bear with us. But there are many different other platforms you can listen to us on for your audio needs. With that out of the way, how you doing, man?
I'm doing so well. I have the energy of 50 madmen after this evening. It's been an exciting night. But yeah, no, I'm doing super well. It's the weekend. I'm ready to sink my teeth into some football and some games tomorrow. Maybe even tonight. But yeah, doing super well. How about you, man? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just definitely it's been a long work week, but I got through it, and just playing some games here and there where I can. I'll tell you a little bit more about that toward the end of the show. And of course, just hanging out with the family wherever I can. Got something planned with the missus for tomorrow, so I'm definitely excited. All right, so with the intros out of the way, on the podcast today, we're going to be talking about where you can get the PS5, whether it be from a retailer or from Sony themselves. We're going to talk about a pair of DC games that are going to be coming out in 2022 if they're not delayed, and of course, some more on Metroid Dread. So I gotta ask, Finest, what is a channel that you used to watch back in the day that just disappeared out of nowhere?
Let's see. The first thing that comes to mind. Let's see. Um, I have nothing. I really have nothing. But please tell me.
All right. G4 is making a comeback, and that's going to be exciting because they are bringing back some of the shows that they used to air and a little bit more. So we go through G4. It shut down in 2014, so it's making its way back. You're going to see shows like X Play, hosted by Adam Sessler himself, and Attack of the Show, hosted by Kevin Pereira, and a gang of new hosts as well, including WWE superstar Xavier Woods. He's going to be a part of it as well. And you can be able to catch it on Verizon Fios, Cox, Xfinity TV. They also have a YouTube channel, and you can also stream it on Philo, which I believe is free. And they have an exclusive deal with Twitch. So aside from Attack of the Show and X Play, they will also have Boosted, Ninja Warrior, ESL Gaming, and Dungeons and Dragons Limited Series. You excited about this or what?
Man, I am so excited about this. I hadn't tell you this, but I've secretly been watching G4 on YouTube. So on top of watching our podcast, I frequent their podcast and watch and see what they've been having going on prior to this launch. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm gonna help you with that last name. It's Kevin Pereira.
Pereira. Okay.
But yeah, man, I miss that cat. I miss Adam Sessler. I miss Olivia Munn. I miss, Sarah Underwood. Oh my god, they had the most beautiful gaming women, on their shows, but yeah, I
Yeah,
miss Attack of the Show, X-Play, like, these are my shows, like, I used to watch these nonstop every day. So, and that used to be how I got my gaming news, and,
yeah.
one of the reasons why I'm podcasting today, so happy as can be. How about you? You interested in this at all?
Yeah, I'm a little curious to see their current programming. I'm subscribed to their YouTube channel, so I watch whatever they have on YouTube whenever they put out content. I know they have several different channels for each of their shows, but I am a little curious about their secondary program. I want to see secondary program around video games, whether it be like live streaming or something like that, or even like a rerun of, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that, or Pokemon maybe. But I mean, I think the secondary program that they had, with cops and cheaters, yeah, I think they got to do better than that. But
But they had Ninja Warrior. Ninja Warrior was a nonstop, like, it was the classic ones, not like the lame American version where it's, like, all padded and everything. They were, like,
yeah,
jumping off of logs back in the day. And then Cops was entertaining, like, for a couple episodes.
maybe in the early '90s it was.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to cops and cheaters, cheaters was always a little more interesting to me. But but I mean, I am excited to see what they do, and definitely a third gaming outlet is back, not having to just depend on IGN or GameSpot, which if you ask me, I think they could have went to bigger heights. I mean, especially with G4 disappearing, but now G4 is coming back, and they're coming back in mid-November, November 16th to be exact. So
Mhm.
we look forward to the premiere. I'll be, seeing what they do with Twitch and Philo, because I believe that is free. So, or Philo, I think I said it right. But you got Cox, so I know you'll be definitely checking it out for sure. So, so I mean, yeah, definitely. What? So I have another question for you, F.
Ooh, God, I already failed the first question. Okay, but I'm ready for the second one. Bring it.
What is my favorite third-party controller?
Razer?
Razer. Try again.
Let's see. Based on the prompts that are on screen right now, I'm gonna go ahead and say 8-bit dough.
8-bit though. Ding, 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 ding. So you only had one strike.
Yes.
I was hoping you wouldn't say retro bit, but they put out pretty good controllers too. Um, so let's see. I got one right in front of me here. For those of you watching, this is my favorite third-party controller. This is the 8-bit Doe SN30 Pro Plus. They recently put out a Pro 2, which I've been kind of holding off on. A little bit of different enhancements with that one, but they're making a wired version of the 8-bit Doe Pro 2 controller, and it's going to be wired for the Xbox One. So if you're not for the Xbox One, for the Xbox Series, well, I guess you could use it on your Xbox One, but for the Xbox
Yeah.
Series XS and One, so it's going to be wired, and it's going to be at an affordable price of $45. So definitely get your pre-orders in for it. It does have a Bluetooth chip, which you can use to connect to your mobile phone, but it, it's going to be a cheaper option. And I'm telling you right now, these are great quality third-party controllers that I recommend not just for the Switch, but for any other console too. You can even use it some of their products for the PlayStation 4 and probably the PlayStation 5 also. So that being
All right, perfect. Let's see. So, um, yeah, too tall. Can you say that over again? I'm sorry, you cut out for a second. Can you hear me? Too tall?
oh yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Let's see. Um, so you want me to do the whole
Yeah, if you could please. Sorry.
Let's see. All right, there's coming out with the Pro 2 controller, and it's going to be wired for the Xbox Series X, S, and you can also use it on your Xbox One. It's going to have a auxiliary auxiliary cord for your headphones, and it's going to be wired. So it's going to be a little cheaper, but so just buy it at a cheaper price because we know that controllers are very expensive, and these are going to be no POS controllers. These are going to be legit controllers. They're durable, they last, and they work very good. Finest, are you excited about these controllers?
Yes, so excited that I've placed the controllers on our faces for the viewers.
Ah,
So if you are a video watcher, video listener, I don't know how to say that. If you are a person that's watching this podcast, you can see the one that Justin's holding up, which is the older version, but you could also see the Xbox model plastered on the screen right now. So yeah, it looks beautiful. It looks like a Super Nintendo style slash like OG like PlayStation DualShock controller, four analog. I'm sorry, four trigger, not trigger buttons, four bumpers on
mhm.
top. L1, R1, L2, R2 type of buttons on top. I love the fact that it's wired. No more batteries. No more Duracell. No more lithium ion. I used to have like back in the day, like the old school like rechargeable batteries where I got them off of eBay, where I would have to like put them on my Xbox controller and then charge those like after they died and then put them back in my controller because I just hate it like buying batteries over and over. And I know there's like an audience out there for Xbox that loves that. That's not me. And I'll even buy like I don't know if 8-bit dough if 8 I don't know if 8-bit dough does it. Man, that was a tongue twister. But
Yeah, for sure.
there's third party companies that just sell the lithium ion packs with the rechargeable batteries in it. So you just plop it on the back of your Xbox controller and you just charge those. But anyway, yeah, super excited for this controller. I love the unset analog sticks versus the offset. That's my personal preference. I know I'm about to start like another war right now regarding that. But yeah, shoot, the controllers look beautiful. $45, man, and
Yeah,
and
you
they're
can't beat the price.
yeah, and they're completely mappable. Like, you can map out everything, like, you jump on the 8BitDo app, and you can map your controls, like, it's pretty much like an elite controller, very much so, but what you can't, like, swap out the buttons, you just, like, map your buttons to where you want them to be, and hopefully, like, for, like, fighting game purposes, like, you can do multi-button on one button, you can map several buttons to one button, and that'll be chef's kiss. Oh, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely thinking about getting this. I don't play my Xbox One as much as I should. I did get a controller for it recently, but if I know they're gonna put this one out, I would have just saved my money and got the $45 controller. Even though it's wired, you don't have to change batteries, and it seems like with every Xbox controller that you get, you gotta like change the batteries at some point or another. And that's just annoying, man. So come on, Xbox. I mean, just try to make a controller that doesn't require you to change out the batteries. Like, if Nintendo can figure it out, I'm sure you guys can too. I mean, I'm just saying, but
Agreed. I completely agree with you, but, yeah, it's like, why fix a problem when you when you could? It's just like, yeah, the customers will deal with it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Speaking of Nintendo, um, how have you been able to find a Switch OLED in your town yet?
You know what? No, I have not. I haven't really searched much since last week. I've gone online, and checked all the major retailers, but I've been unable to find, anything notable. Quick PSA, I did run across a site. I wish I knew the name offhand. I'm actually like trying to pull it up right now, like while we're doing this. But yeah, no, there was a site that basically said they had them like on hand, ready to go, and I was like, "Oh, sweet." I was like, "Let me check this out." It said like for like regular price 350, and I was like, "Sweet, I might buy this right now just because." Worst case scenario, I can sell it. And then yeah, I like it was like looking at the site, I was like 350. It's the only site on the internet that says one that they have one available at that price. And then everyone else was trying to everyone else had like an uptick. Like everyone like was selling this for more. I saw 379. I saw $500. But I was like, why would like this random company be selling theirs? And I've never heard of this company before. Be selling theirs for like regular price. And I started researching them, and yeah, it was from what I can tell, it was a scam. Well, it was a scam because there was multiple people from the website that were like, "Yeah, I paid 350 and I have not gotten my console and I'm trying to get my money back and I have not gotten my money back." And yeah, just you just have to be careful. You just have to be careful while you're out there. I'm trying to find the name of the site, but anyway, while I'm doing that, what do you think about it, man?
The Switch OLED, well, I think it's doing very well in Japan. It sold 138,000 its first week. So, I mean, in Japan, so who knows what it's doing in the States? And it's just, I feel like it's just the Switch is not slowing down, and the more Switches sell, like if it goes over the 100 million mark, which it will, I don't think we'll be seeing a Switch Pro anytime soon. And that's just not because of the chip shortage. I think that's just because Nintendo knows it's making money where it could just take advantage, and just like, if hey, we could sell this amount of switches, we're making money, like, hey, we don't need to make another one, at least for a little while. So it's like them jumping into this pandemic. I'm not saying it's a good thing at all by any means, but it must be a good thing on their business end, because it's like they can actually just hold off on trying to put out something better. And
Yeah.
what they've been doing is just focusing on the first party content. But it's doing 138,000 in Japan. It's up. I mean, its first week, when it first came out back in 2017, it did about 180. So
Okay.
yeah, it seems like sales just with the OLED, they're not. It's I think it's going to be easier to get an OLED than say a PS5 or Xbox Series X on in the holidays. But I
Mm.
don't know. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I
I
mean,
mean,
those are all great points. I think it could have sold 180 if they actually had 180 to sell.
okay, okay.
You
So
know?
you think
Yeah.
you think there's a shortage just like the other consoles, pretty much.
Yeah,
Is what you're
I think that
saying?
there's absolutely a chip shortage. I don't think it's gonna be easy to get this holiday. I don't think it's gonna be any like easy to get overall. Like I told you last week, like I went on the Nintendo website and
Yeah.
there was an error. Like I got the 503 error
Hmm.
for trying to purchase their consoles. Yeah, I just don't see it being easy to get. And like we talked about last week also, like they're doing like the DS model where like they'll sell like 5 different type of switches, but they'll all
Yeah.
count it to they'll count it all in the same family, you know. So their next one they'll sell the Switch 4K whatever, the new Switch or whatever version, the Switch Pro, and
Yeah.
they'll count it to these sales also.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think less people are going to purchase the Switch Lite and the Switch 2.0. And
Hmm.
even I don't even know if there's any of like the original switches out there anymore. But I think I think less people are going to settle, and people are going to go try to go for the top of the line. And if they can't get the top of the line one, they're not going to buy it because they've had 4 years to buy it already, and they haven't done that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the OLED is the mid-gen upgrade for the Switch as of right now. So if you're not gonna buy it now, if you're really holding out for a Switch Pro or the new Nintendo Switch or whatever they call it. I mean, yes, I would try to get it. Definitely don't settle for scalpers.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. But I mean, they're GameStop, I know, is more notorious for doing bundle packs. Like if you're gonna drop 500-600 bucks, well, I don't think it'd be that much if GameStop is selling it at a bundle. Definitely take advantage because they're giving you stuff that you could possibly use, like a actual pro controller or a game or something like that. They're not gonna give you junk.
Mhm.
So it's like as opposed to just paying $500-600 just for the console itself. And then, that's with the PS5 or the Xbox Series X and S, just all that stuff. Just make sure that whatever you're gonna buy, just don't give in to the scalpers. Really, just don't. Just keep trying from your local retailers. I mean, more of these things are coming in the stores now, so just be patient. Get people to help you if you can, and if you know some super shoppers out there, definitely make some best friends this holiday season, and you know, um, we'll be you'll be good. But speaking of Nintendo, the game that came out last week, Metroid Dread, is
Ooh.
yeah. We're about to get into some good talking now with the game. Metroid Dread is a big hit in Japan, and I mean we've talked about this. This is a game that has not sold very well at all, even since its like original inception in 1986. But yeah, but the fact that it's selling well in Japan, it could be on its way to being the best-selling Metroid game ever. I mean, and then I have the list of numbers here. We'll just do the top five. 39,000 for Metroid Zero Mission, which is a remake of Metroid One. Metroid Prime, they're about 39,000. Metroid Other M, 44,000, and Metroid Fusion, 49,000. Metroid Dread in Japan. Guess how many, Finest? 80.
Um,
Oh,
oh, well, I thought you were gonna give me a chance to guess. Wha
my
That was gonna
bad.
be
My
my
bad.
answer. My answer was gonna be 80.
Or 86,000.
Oh, shoot. Okay, okay. I was close. I was close.
You were close, yeah. So 86,000 and its first week in Japan. Do you think this is going to be the best-selling Metroid game ever?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, I just wanna give like, little caveat, like, the thing that you read was, like, the first week sales, right?
Yeah, first week sales.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, no, I definitely think this is gonna be the best Metroid Dread. I mean, just to feed off of what I was saying last week, like, there's more consoles in the wild, like, than there ever were, just Nintendos, Super Nintendos, Game Boys, Wii's, Wii U's, GameCubes. There's more Switches than any of those out. The Wii is the only thing that sold more than the Switch, right? Is that right?
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, but we
Yeah.
think the Switch is going to pass it. We don't know when, but we think it will.
Yeah, I was just looking at the Switch's updated numbers, and they're at 89,000,000. So, I mean, yeah, with that being said, Metroid is a mainline game for the, first party game for the Switch, which the Switch does not have a lot of, they had Animal Crossing this year, or
Mhm.
was that this year? Animal Crossing this year?
No, that was last year.
Oh, that was last year. God, it all blends together.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what the Switch has had this year, but Metroid Dread is the most recent thing, and
Yeah,
they don't have a lot of first party stuff. They don't have a lot of third party stuff. So when a game comes out, Nintendo fans pay attention.
yeah,
So yeah, I think definitely think it's gonna be the most sold Metroid game ever. I think we're gonna I think we're gonna get up there. I think this is just the start.
yeah. Hopefully, Metroid does see. I'm not gonna say a resurgence, but just a boost in popularity. I mean, it seems like over the years, and I'm just gonna be honest, from what I've seen. I mean, one of our childhood friends had Metroid 2, and I played it, like here and there. I mean, it just, I don't think it was very marketed very well. Even Super Metroid on Super Nintendo just wasn't marketed very well. N64, I mean, the only game Samus appeared in was Super Smash Brothers, so they totally skipped N64. So I think they marketed this game well. I mean, a lot of people like these style of games, so it's just brings me to the question, just if it hasn't done well, then it's just because, bad, maybe not bad marketing, but I think just, it could have been marketed better. And then, the whole Japan thing, but I mean, with 86,000 in its first week to start, I think that's a great start. Hopefully, it can keep that momentum going. But I
Yeah,
think the one, oh,
oh,
so go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. No, no, go what you say what you're gonna say.
Okay. But I think the only thing that could stop it is, um, people playing it on emulators, and I'm sure you heard about this week.
Mhm.
An article came out with Metroid Dread. It's already running on Switch emulators on the PC. Now, I have some mixed feelings about this, but I'll let you start because I think you had a thought.
Yeah, no, definitely. My thought wasn't to this at all, but I'll go ahead and throw out my thought anyway, real quickly before I
Yeah.
dive into how I feel about the emulation of this game.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. My thought was, and it's more, it's not even a thought. I'm just being, I'm just being stupid. But I was gonna say that Metroid Dread is gonna outsell Animal Crossing. Yeah, not happening. I know. I'm just being stupid. Anyway, okay. So anyway, Metroid Dread already being featured on emulation. Wow. That I mean, that hurts. That hurt. I mean,
It does. It
that
really does.
and like the people that are like emulating are already like hardcore gamers. So,
Yeah.
that could be like a good percentage of the sales. Like I don't think it's going to be like millions by any means or anything like that,
No, not
but
at all.
every dollar the developer has helps. And,
Yeah.
any sale that's not accounted for hurts the developer, that hurts Metroid as a brand, as a
Mhm.
series. Like this could be the last Metroid for reasons like that, because
Yeah.
hey, like let's say Nintendo is projecting 250K and let's say it only hits, 225K. What would it have looked like if it could not be emulated?
Yeah.
Um Man, so that does suck. I know a lot of people are pointing to this article in reference to like blaming the article and and telling people that like you shouldn't be telling people to go out and emulate this, but the article wasn't speaking to that.
No, it wasn't.
No, the article was very much like, hey, like this is happening right now. Um, you know, this is a thing that's happening with Metroid Dread, day one of release,
Mhm.
and it's in 4K, running at 60 FPS. It looks great. Of course, there's some issues if you are emulating it, but more or less, like the game is better in emulation than it is running on the Switch hardware. And it would be better if Nintendo was providing this to its customers, you know?
Yeah.
And like it's true. It's just true. Like we were all clamoring for a Switch, a 4K Switch.
Mhm.
We're all clamoring for the Switch Pro. Nintendo could have gave us a Switch Pro and they could have had their system, like their game
They
running
could've.
at at just top notch, you know. And
Yeah.
we might not be having this conversation today. And I think that's what the article is pointing to. Like I think it was more of a jab at Nintendo. But who's to really say? The article, it has been updated since then. But I'll let you speak to that. But yeah, it's
Alright, yeah, well, I mean, I have mixed reactions. I mean, obviously, can any Switch game run on an emulator on a high-powered PC? I mean, yes, because, the Nintendo Switch is powered by, NVIDIA and Tegra, so, obviously, it's dated hardware, alright? It was dated when it first came out, so we know that it could do all that. I see what Kotaku is saying, but for a brand new game that just came onto the market, was that really a smart article to put out? Even though they weren't promoting, going to, download the ROM or ISO or whatever you want to call it to run it on your emulators. Just no, I mean, no, I don't think it was smart at all. I think it should have been, um, just they should have really thought before putting out this article. And aside from that, just they should have. I think they should have known a little better. And like I said before, I mean, I'm a big emulation guy, so I mean, with older titles, I mean, not definitely nothing with current not with current hardware at all. I think current hardware, you definitely should be buying the games and supporting the developers. Anything older than like at least two generations, obviously, whether it be Nintendo, Sony, Xbox, they're not going to make any money off of those game sales. So if you want to emulate it, by all means, especially with Nintendo, because they got to do a better job of just making sure that people have access to these titles. Otherwise, people
Mm,
wouldn't bootleg them to begin with.
exactly.
So,
I
I
know
mean,
that's a good point. That's such a good point. Like Nintendo is, they hide all their great games behind this wall, and they they just keep us from it. And all we want to do is play Nintendo games. Like we love PlayStation games, we love Xbox games, but Nintendo is very much like Disney, like in terms of like, hey, this is our childhood, this is what we grew up on, this is what introduced us. We have such a nostalgia for the games, and all we want to do is play these games. And right now we have Metro Jed, popped up on screen right now, and we have like this like it just looking at it like I'm so excited like for this game, and just Nintendo has to do a better job of bringing in us these games, and they can't charge us an arm and a leg to play their old ass games, like. And I know we're gonna talk about this more later, but it just pisses me off. Like Nintendo
yeah.
want to they want to sue everyone that like emulates their games or provides a way for them to play like the games. They want to sue everyone. They get so sue happy, and these are the fans. Like these are the people that are supporting you. But at the same time, you're the one that's creating like these situations. It's like the chicken, like the egg, or I don't even know. But it's they're like creating such a small funnel in order to get their games. People are just like, well, shoot, like I want that liquid to flow faster, so I'm gonna poke some holes in the funnel, and then it'll come out all over the place. And yeah, I don't know, that was a horrible analogy or metaphor, but god dang it, like I know everyone understands what I'm saying. um yeah, Nintendo, please just like make your games more accessible, and you won't have as many issues, I believe.
Well, speaking of accessibility with Nintendo, so they announced the pricing of the Genesis and the N64 games that you can play on the Nintendo Switch Online service, and let's just say not a lot of people are happy about it, but we'll get into it. They are for the basic price that you're paying right now for the NES and Super NES and the other online stuff that they give you, only $20. So now with the expansion, with the whole Animal Crossing thing, N64 and Genesis, they're gonna be raising it to 49.99. So an extra $30. This just makes me upset. I was hoping, okay, expansion pricing. Okay, maybe I'm hoping it's gonna be just $5 more, maybe $10. I'd even entertain 15 at max, but 49.99.
Yeah,
They gotta do something with that online. I
and
mean,
this
if you're
is
gonna be
exactly what I was talking about. Yeah.
yeah, they gotta do something with that online, and they gotta they gotta do something. Yeah, they because that's knocking on the door of the PS, PlayStation, and Xbox, and $50.
Mhm.
I mean, $20. It's like okay. I mean, even though we can't voice chat on the Switch, it's only $20. Let's just use. the crappy Switch app or Discord or whatever to do it, but $50 and you can't even talk to your friends online or send messages or use actual gamer tags, use friend codes. Just I would just get rid of the games and just make the service better. I mean,
No.
come on. Xbox and PlayStation kind of set the blueprint for them to make it better and like I wouldn't have a problem with this if it was like maybe ten bucks more, but $50.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
absolutely insane.
yeah, that's horrible, and, I mean, especially, like, for the Genesis, because I brought some props with me. There's plenty of ways for me to play Genesis games.
There's
Yeah.
way too many ways.
Yeah, yeah.
There's 50 billion ways you can play Genesis games. Like, this does not add value to
Mm,
this whatsoever.
no.
It's insane that they've, like, marketed Genesis games as offering you anything, and that helps justify the price. It does not.
No,
It
not
it
at
it
all.
absolutely does not help justify the price. Um, they're insane. The Nintendo's insane. But I just wanna get into the pricing more because I found this so funny. So, if you want if you want 1 month of Nintendo Online, it's $3.99. If you want 3 months, it's $7.99. If you want 12 months, it is $19.99. So, obviously, the 12 months is the way you wanna go.
Mhm.
If you want a family membership, it's $34.99 for 12 months. So, the family membership. The family membership, I believe, includes 3 people. So
Yeah.
you're saving a dollar.
Yeah, pretty much.
So for me, like if I was anyone, I would be like, I don't need a family membership. I rather have my own rather than share it with like 2 or 3 other people, or yeah, with 2 other people in order to have a family membership. You're saving $1. Like there's not any value there. And then with the new Switch Online pack, I mean, 49.99, like Justin was saying, you get the Sega Genesis, you get Nintendo 64 games, and you get Animal Crossing. But the Animal Crossing's $25 by itself. Okay, that's a lot for an Animal Crossing expansion.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna even go into what the Animal Crossing expansion has because I really don't care. That's not what I'm talking about right now. But the thing is, a lot of people are mixing the Animal Crossing up in this, and Animal Crossing really has nothing to do with this. Animal Crossing, like
It
Nintendo
doesn't.
know yeah, Nintendo knows like Animal Crossing like sold like I think like 30 million to its 89 million. So once again, they're trying to add value to something that has no value. Like this buying this expansion and getting the Crossing for free only helps Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like if you sign up for $50 versus paying, or if you sign up for an additional $30 versus paying the $24, you're still losing money. Like you could have paid $25, but you decided to pay an extra $30. And yes, you get the Nintendo 64 games, and yes, you get the Genesis games. But is it worth it? For
For Genesis, no, absolutely not.
no, for the and
Maybe, yeah, maybe Strider because it's not on any of those other compilations I just held up, but
but even the Nintendo 64 games, someone was doing math at Nintendo and was like, okay, so should we come out with a N64 mini? They're like, well, actually, I think we can make more money off of this if we don't have to produce anything, and we can just, you know, like lend it out to the client, like the customers, just lend it to the subscribers. And then we could make 3 times the amount of money to then producing consoles, physical consoles, and then selling them. And they're like, "Well, how are we gonna do this?" And they were like, "We should make an expansion pack." And this is all about the numbers, and that's why I'm like going so deep into the numbers, because this is such a rip. This is such a rip. This is not worth the money. I know people are like, well, I want to play all these N64 games that I didn't play. That's fine, but like you're gonna play those N64 games. You're gonna play them for maybe a month, maybe two, and you're never gonna play them again. Does that make it worth it? Like, does that make like
No.
you're like you just paid $100 to play. Or let's take away the $40. If you say like, or let's say if like you like played for 2 months, like let's take away the $40, um, for the regular subscription. So you paid $60 to play
Mhm.
64 games for a couple months. Could be worth it. But just as an overall value perspective, to to charge people $50 a month, you know, it well,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you could play the games online, but again, you have to use alternative voice chat, and yeah. I mean, for me personally, maybe win back.
And I'm sorry, I said $50 for a month. I meant $50 for a whole year.
Yeah,
But
50,
yeah,
yeah, $50 for yeah. I know what you meant, but yeah, just I mean, Sin and Punishment look good, but I mean, at this point, it's like I have a Wii U. I could just buy it on my Wii U, or just run up an emulator or something. But
yeah.
I mean, it's
You said it, run an emulator. That's exactly what Nintendo's making people do. It's like,
that's
well,
pretty
if I can't
much.
do it that way, I'm gonna do it this way.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it sucks, and it sucks, but and then just I mean, for me also, like a lot of games have been remastered already. I
Mhm,
mean, I know the 3DS is kind of going out of style, but their eShop is still open if you want to get these games digitally, like Star Fox 64 3DS, the two Zelda games, they're both on the 3DS. So Mario 64, you should have just got, Super Mario 3D All Stars. I mean,
mhm.
you could play that on there. So I mean, I know N64 games are a little harder to emulate, but yeah, it's. I mean, unless you really, really love the N64, I would recommend don't get this until they make the online service better or they lower the price, which hopefully they do. Just lower the price, like 30 bucks. Like if it's 30 bucks, I'll pay the extra $10 for your crappy service to play those games.
Yeah,
But I mean, 50 bucks, that's not worth it at all. Like I said, it's knocking on the door of Sony and Microsoft and their online structure, and it's just they gotta do better than that, man. That's yeah, yeah. I'm sure a lot of people were shocked. I know that YouTube video they put out, there was a pretty bad like to dislike ratio. So
yeah, but the thing is, like, when it comes out, like, Nintendo doesn't care,
they don't.
and until it hurts their bottom line, it really doesn't matter. Nintendo's gonna continue with it, and they're gonna put it out, and then they'll fill it out and be like, "You know what? Maybe that wasn't such a good idea, but people are still buying it, so we don't care." Because that's what Nintendo fans do. They bitch
Yeah,
and complain, but they still buy the shit, and
yeah.
at that point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so there is a new VR device that's going to be coming into the wild soon. HTC has the new Vive Flow VR, and I could tell you more about this, but I think I'm going to pass the rock to you on this one, Finest, since you are the big VR fan and expert. So take it away, Finest. Why don't you tell the people what's coming out with what HTC has going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm not into VR as much as I used to be, but I
Oh,
mean, because I mean, it's kind of fallen off a little bit. Like, I know the Oculus Quest 2 was sold out for a long time. It is now available. You can buy it, like, it's readily available now, and you can buy it, and it is the primo headset to buy for a couple reasons. But before I get into that, I'll talk more about the HTC Vive Flow. So the coolest thing about this device is it actually has a prescription adjustment. So you actually don't need glasses to wear this device.
oh, really?
So, yes, it automatically adjusts, to your prescription, for your eyes. Like, it adjusts so it mirrors your prescription. So that is something that's, like, revolutionary. That is something that needs to be in every headset. So I'm super excited about that just as a technical aspect,
Mhm.
because that is something that, like, honestly, like, as a tech person, w something to this degree will need to be in every VR headset going forward. Because 'cause I've worn the HTC Vive, I've worn the original Oculus Quest, I've worn the PlayStation VR, um, and I wear glasses, obviously, if you're
Yeah.
watching the video. It is uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable. It is not the way to do it. And if you wear, like, if you're stylizing, wear bigger frames, like, these would not fit
Mhm.
in any VR headset, the ones I'm wearing right now. My other ones that I have will not fit in any heads. My old ones would, but it's still not a great fit. That being said, the HTC Vive Flow, uh, so I will say, like, my one little gripe about it is, it's more just about pricing. It's not about the actual headset itself. It
Mhm.
comes in at $499.
Ugh.
So
I I gotta
yeah.
ask, is it worth it? Well, I guess you're gonna get into this, but is it worth the $500?
So it's to be seen, because the thing about this VR headset is, it's phone powered. So it's not like the old Samsung one where you, like, slip the phone, like, into the headset and then the phone's like the headset. Nothing like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But you will plug this headset into your phone, or you can connect to it wirelessly, and it'll be able to take you to other places. It has a 110-degree field, which is decent. I would prefer if that was a little bit wider, but it's a good field of view. Um, but what they're marketing as a headset that you can use to take vacations. Like, it's a headset to experience different places, like, while you're at home.
Mhm.
It has a 75 hertz refresh rate. You know, it has, a one a, one- a 1.6K per eye display rate. I mean, in a technical aspect, it looks good. I don't think this headset is gonna be for gaming.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
But didn't look like it, but, I mean, I figured we
yeah,
definitely talk about it.
it looks like it could be a gaming headset. You know, it definitely has that sunglasses feel. From what I understand, there's no, like, indoor outdoor feature to, like, where you can, like, see what you're doing outside of the headset. Like, well, let me take that back. So a there is a feature where you can see out of the headset. So you can do
Mhm.
other things while wearing the headset. But with the headset being the way it is, it's very made just to be a takeoff, like, headset. They're saying, like, there's gonna be 150 apps ready to go when this thing launches. It doesn't have an OS system yet, which is big.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's something they have to figure out before it launches. But yeah, I was initially very excited for this. Um, but as of right now, it's more like a therapeutic headset. So I can see it used in business instances, but no, it's not going to compete against Oculus Quest 2. It's not it's going after a different market.
Yeah, it seems like it's going after a different audience, so,
Yeah.
not to say that it's not gonna have no gaming at all on it, but it seems like they're trying to get the casual person who doesn't even play video games, let alone have even used a VR headset before, just to go ahead, try this out. Let's take a vacation to a different part of the world, without having to leave your home. So, we'll definitely see. I mean, as for me personally, VR never grew on me. I mean, I do want to give it another shot at some point. I mean, maybe
Mhm.
with the PS5, I want to see what they have planned for their VR in the future.
Super excited.
I know with the last Sony, with the PlayStation Direct, I'll just call it, or showcase, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they showed nothing with VR. So I definitely want to see what they have, because not only you, but shout out to Bravo-matic, part of the Doing It Live crew.
Mhm.
Definitely got to get you back on the show pretty soon, Bravo, if you're listening. But he's told me nothing but good things about it also. So I mean, I definitely do want to give it a shot and see what the future of VR holds in video games. I
Yeah.
don't plan on getting the Labo, and I'm not going to get a Virtual Boy, and I probably won't get this thing either. But
You said a Labo, you said the Labo and the Virtual Boy. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
One thing I have to say, like right now, like Facebook is eating up the market. Like they're
hmm
buying like VR tech and
yeah,
VR company, like gaming companies, like as much as they can. And the Oculus Quest 2 is such an accomplishment, but Facebook has something up its sleeve, man. Like they have like a VR, like they have a VR headset that's not ready for mass market yet. And I honestly, I'm waiting for their next VR headset. Like the Oculus Quest 2 was a great like proof of life concept that VR can be done without wires. But the next Oculus headset that comes out from Facebook is going to be insane. And I
mhm,
think it's coming out next year. And I think it's going to be something that everyone should watch out for. Facebook is they're taking VR very, very seriously. And
yeah, they are.
one of the reasons why I didn't buy Oculus Quest 2 is because you had to connect your Facebook to it. But just in regards to what they're doing technically, I cannot wait for what they come out with next. And regardless if I have to connect my Facebook account to it, I'm buying it regardless because man, the Oculus Quest 2 is an achievement. It's an achievement in VR. And if that didn't come out, I don't know if VR would still be around today, even with HTC Vive and these other manufacturers that have been coming out with headsets. So looking forward to it. Hey, VR is here to stay. It really is, and it's only going to get more popular as AR gets integrated with it, and yeah, and we stay at home, COVID, everything like
Yeah.
VR is here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely here to say. I don't think it's going away at all. Definitely. I think it did go away when Nintendo tried with well, not tried, failed with the Virtual Boy back in the 90s, but
Yeah, it did.
yeah,
It did go away then. Yeah.
yeah, it did go away then. But I mean, it's back and it's definitely here to stay. But Sony, and speaking of Sony, I know that we brought them up. It's looking like, what do you think the best way to get a PS5 this holiday season is?
Man, you and these questions this episode. I think the best way is scalpers. You gotta find the right
Scalper.
scalper and shoot them. At what $1,200, $1,000, somewhere around there, and
All
you might be
right.
able to get one.
All right, so we'll start with the good way to, well, I think the not the good way, I guess the positive way to try to get a PS5, and then we'll show you a bad way, and this is without going through scalpers, but we'll do Sony's approach first. So
Hmm.
I guess you can, with the Sony Direct, you can pretty much sign up to get onto a list to get a chance to purchase the PS5. Now, this doesn't guarantee that you can actually purchase it. They'll just let you know, they'll send you an email of when it's going to go live. You jump in, you get it, that's that. But they are going to be looking out for a couple things. Like, you want to make sure you have a PlayStation account, and they want to make sure that you didn't make this PlayStation account say yesterday. They want to see like your trophies. Bottom line, they want to see if you have a PS4 or I guess Vita, I guess, and see if you actually play the thing and not just gonna go on, the eBay or whatever and just resell this thing for 600-700 bucks.
Hmm.
So that would be the good way. Any thoughts on what Sony's doing there?
Yeah, I mean, just to touch on that a little bit more. I mean, they're just gonna see if you even like if you even have a PlayStation like account that you've logged into like
Hmm.
through a PlayStation 5 like recently. Like if
Yeah,
you've logged in on a PlayStation 5 recently, they're not reaching out to you.
yeah,
They're gonna reach out to a person that, has been playing on their PS4, their PS3, their PlayStation Vita,
yeah.
you
The
know, you know,
Vita.
that has not logged in on a PlayStation 5 once,
Yeah.
and make it more accessible for you. But no, so I did mention this. I don't know if like it was episode 54 or episode
Hmm.
55. like, it wasn't 55, definitely. It was like 53, like 53, 54. I mentioned that PlayStation was doing this. And now it's just open to a wider audience. And PlayStation
Yeah.
even did this with the initial launch of the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, they did.
Um, it was just very much like to a limited audience. And
Mhm.
you, you know, it was very much the same thing. They just oh, like whoever we're just gonna pick, people that play PlayStation, and we'll shoot you an email, and with the chance to buy a console. Um, yeah, and I'm happy that they're doing this. Like it it just provides a more direct way to get consoles, and it alleviates customers from having to resort to scalpers and things like that. So I'm super happy about this. I just wish it was more transparent. I wish there was like a little bit more information about, like, is there an order system, like
Yeah.
what who and why are they gonna, like, who's gonna get these consoles? Like, we know who's not gonna get the consoles, but I want to know who is gonna get the consoles. And, like, should I sign up? And if I sign up, like, if I don't buy a console, does that, like, take me off the list? um because,
Yeah.
like, I want a PlayStation 5. I don't want one. Well, I don't want one right now, but I do want one, and I want to be able to buy one. So, like, when I'm ready. So, like, do I sign up? And, like, if I do sign up, like, can I go on that site and pick it up at any time? Is there, like, a limited time? Is there a timer? Like, there's just so many questions that I have about this.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think about it, man? Like, how do you
Um,
feel
I
about
I
all this?
I think it's good, definitely a better alternative than what, retailers have offered so far, and I will get into one of those retailers and what they're offering in a second, but, I think it's definitely good that they're trying to get out to more people who don't have a PS5 or have never even logged into one, so I think that's good, and they and like you said, they were doing this in the beginning, but it should have been just more publicized. And now it seems like it's getting out to a wider audience because it seems like last year when they were doing it, it was just like, all right, PlayStation Direct, you can get a PlayStation through here from this time to this time. And bottom line, if you didn't get in, you were just out of luck. So hopefully there's like less battling and they really need to do like see how many of these PS5s are on the wild, based on user names and all that stuff. So that they can just get it to those people before the chip shortage is gone, and they're just making more PS5s here, and then you can buy two, three for your home. But right
Mhm.
now, so I feel just everyone needs to just have one for their home.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this retailer that's trying to screw people. So Best Buy, one of I like to go to Best Buy. They recently came up with this total tech program, but but it costs $200, 199.99 annually, and you pretty much have access to a bunch of different stuff and protection for your products. If you actually have Apple products, I think it actually is a pretty good deal. But to buy a PS5 from them, you have to be signed up for this program,
Yep.
and that's just one of those just ooh, that just makes me mad. Like, if you're gonna do this, people, I don't encourage you to go through scalpers, but you may as well just go through a scalper if you're gonna do this, especially if you buy nothing from Best Buy. Now, if you plan on doing anything else with this program, like warranty on your products, if you go there like on a weekly basis, I go there like maybe once a month, maybe, but maybe once, twice a month. But I mean, I have no initiative to join this program, but if you are like the average Joe Blow that just goes there just like whenever, just walk through there and passing, or just goes there for a game you can't find or whatever, I really don't recommend joining that program. And I think that is just a rip off to the consumer. I don't think you need to be an elite member of anything to buy a console. I mean, GameStop doesn't do anything like that. Walmart, even though they've been very bad lately, they don't make you have to join a club or anything like that to just try to get a PS5.
Let me
So
jump in real quick. So on top of GameStop, they've been doing that also. So they've been
Mm,
doing it behind their monthly subscription to Game Informer magazine to get the Power Up program or Power Up Play program, whatever.
power
They
up
they
rewards.
Yeah, Power Up Rewards, whatever it's called. They've been
Yeah.
doing the same thing. Just it hasn't been it's not as egregious,
Mhm.
as this. Like this is $200. Like that
Yeah, it's not
program,
$200.
yeah, that program is like I don't even know how much it is, like $20 for a year or something. Something. It's not very much. Like, yeah, like this is just insane. Like $200 for the pro, and this tech program has been around for a long time. Like it has, but they've
Yeah.
never put something behind a paywall. Like they never put something like they never put any of their TVs. They never put any stereos. They never put anything behind a paywall to where you couldn't purchase it. Like maybe you got a discount through the program. Maybe you got like
Yeah.
a coupon, or maybe you just got a little something through the program. Maybe you got first dibs on it, but that's not what they're offering. They're not offering anything. They're saying like the only way to purchase this console through online is to be a member, and the members of our that are paying our $200 program get them first, and they're getting them. So don't count on these being available in stores at a Best Buy anytime soon. This just made this like go out the window. Like it is no longer going to be available in a store because it's going to go to these members. Um, it's egregious. I know they're trying to like stop scalpers a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
it's a little bit behind that. Yeah, definitely.
this is more Best Buy trying to line their pocket. They recognize that Sony PlayStation, Xbox Series X has a tremendous following. They recognize the demand for these consoles right now, and they're trying to push um, any potential customers to to their subscription service. That's not doing well. That people don't need. I don't need curbside. You already give curbside. Like, like like it's COVID. Like you give curbside to everyone.
Yeah.
Like yeah, there's a couple discounts like here and there, but you're not giving discounts on these consoles. Like make these consoles like $200 cheaper then.
Yeah.
Make it a $300 console and then I'll sign up. Like this is horrible. I'm so disgusted with Best Buy. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like F Best Buy. Like
Yeah.
I
This
will not be
is
shopping there for anything regardless of like much more than a like,
yeah,
yeah.
this is like worse than something GameStop will pull. Because like I was saying earlier in the show, at least GameStop, I mean, they may mark it up a little bit, but I mean, with the bundle package, they're not giving you junk. Like I said, I mean, I'll repeat it again. Yeah, they're not giving you junk. They're giving you an extra controller. They're giving you a game, maybe a pair of headphones. Maybe the headphones might be junk, but I mean, for the most part, they're giving you stuff that you could use. But this is just like, I mean, I don't encourage people to go with the scalper, but I mean, like you said, F Best Buy. I
Yeah.
mean, if you can get it from somewhere else, get it from somewhere else. Walmart, you might have a little bit of bad luck though, because I've heard they've been, bad with customer orders lately. Even though that's where I got my PS5 from late last year, but
Oh shoot, I didn't even talk about that. I'm sorry. Best Buy did the same thing. So they put out this, and the people signed up to the tech program for their last order of sales, and then they canceled a whole bunch of orders
oh, that's
for people
bullshit.
for people that for people that signed up for the $200 program and then tried to get it.
Don't go to
They
Best Buy, people.
canceled they canceled people's orders. You hear me, people? So do not sign up for this program. There's a good chance you will be one of those people. Like it, they, oh God, I can't even speak to it because it just makes me so mad. But yeah,
Yeah,
so I mean, short story, people that signed up did not get their consoles the last round of orders. No, I'm not saying everyone didn't get their consoles. Like there's a lot of people that did get their consoles, but there's a lot of people that signed up for this program $200 the day before, the couple of days before, and regardless of them being part of this program, Best Buy took more orders than they can fulfill, and then they canceled a whole bunch of orders.
Well, I don't understand this. Why are retailers taking more orders than what they can handle? It seems like there's a Walmart thing, a Target thing, a Best Buy thing.
All industries do it. Airlines
Uh,
do it, restaurants do it. You know, every industry does it. Just I don't, it's a thing. You kind of count on some people getting refunds. You kind of count on some people taking their time and not picking up their orders. You count on people being late, just
mhm.
whether they have a family emergency, car crashes, and whatever. Like,
Yeah,
so it's part of the industry, but it's a horrible part of the industry, and it always causes suffering on the customer's end in some degree, and it's not a good practice.
yeah, it really isn't. So, I mean, just going into the holidays, people, it is October, and I know a lot of you guys are thinking about the holidays. What are you going to get your loved ones? How am I going to get this PS5? How I'm going to get this Xbox Series X and S? I'm going to get this Switch, whether it be the regular one or 2.0 one or the OLED. Just I mean, try to get some help if you can. Ask people for help. Ask people to look. Make friends with super shoppers. Definitely. Just try not to go with the scalpers, and don't sign up for the Best Buy plan. No, don't do that. That's just yeah. Just take your chances with Walmart. Take your chances with Target, GameStop. Just any place that has these consoles at a fair MSRP price. Just I mean, don't overpay for it. Don't make those other guys rich. That's what I have to say. So let's talk about some games. A
Hmm.
pair of games. And I know that's what we are the Game and Watch podcast. We love to talk about video games for the most part. So um, we got two pair of DC games coming out sometime next year. They didn't give us any months, but trailers have been announced for them. If you have not checked them out, definitely check them out. Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It was revealed at the DC Fandome, and I just checked this out right before we started the podcast, and I mean these trailers are really good. Um, but I gotta ask, Finals, what game do you like better?
Ooh, that's a great question. Um, Gosh, I'm gonna have to say Gotham Knights, man. Just that whole Batman scenario, like,
Oh
just
man.
it just speaks to me. So I yeah, that's my world, Batman, yeah, and Nightwing and Batgirl and Robin and yeah, and everyone. Just that's where I want to be.
All right. I gotta go opposite on you. I gotta go the Justice League. That game looks sick. I mean, it might look a little bit like the movie, but well, the first movie anyway. I
What
didn't see the
Justice
second.
League? What Justice League?
Not Justice Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's how late it is. Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League. Kill the Justice League. Yeah,
Yes,
but
kill the Justice League. Yep.
yeah, kill the Justice League. But no, yeah, it looks like the movie. I mean, from what I've seen so far, at least the first one, like, but it just looks good. I mean, I can't wait to dip into that game whenever it comes out. Hopefully, it we get a release date sooner rather than later. But
Mhm.
I mean, they look like great games overall. But I mean, if I were to choose one, I would definitely go with the Suicide Squad first,
Do
and
okay,
then
so do you know what's going on with the suicides? I mean, there hasn't been a ton of info yet, but, I mean, do you know, like, as far as, like, the game goes, like, so, like, if these games both came out tomorrow, why would
mm,
you choose the Suicide Squad one?
as of right now, better trailer. I
Okay,
think the
that's fair.
trailer looked good, and just I like the movie. So I mean, I definitely the characters, the head thing. I just want to see what happens. It just seems more exciting, but not to say that Gotham Knights isn't going to be exciting. They both look hella exciting, but I just think I'll take my chances with Suicide Squad. But I want to play both of them. They both look excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. I I I think for me, since like we've actually seen gameplay for Gotham Knights, I think that's what has me. Like
Mhm.
the fact that like, hey, like me and you can do
Mm,
co-op in this game
yeah,
and take down Mr. Freeze and take down the Penguin and take down the Court of Owls. Like this is all stuff I'm down for. Like Batman's supposedly dead. Like just that whole premise, it makes me excited. It hasn't been done in a game before. Every game you're
yeah,
Batman.
yeah,
Every game you're Batman. And
yeah.
every other character is, a
Your
downloadable
sidekick,
character, sidekick,
sidekick. Yeah,
you know. But that's not the case here, man. Like this is like
you're making
Nightwing seems like he's leading the charge along with like Batgirl and you
Robin
know,
and
yeah, and it's just like I'm super excited to see where this story goes. I think it's going to be super interesting story. I keep on saying super because everything is super awesome
mm,
about this trailer. The trailer's actually showing right now, at least a portion of it is showing right now, and it's very Court of Owls heavy that
mhm.
showed up on the DC fandom, and the trailer was better for the Suicide Squad today. I'll give it that. But
Okay.
just the fact that we've seen gameplay for this game and it looked like so much fun. It looked like Arkham City, like taking
Yeah,
up like
you're making me want to play Arkham Asylum, dude.
you know, are all reasons that I'm very happy about this. And the Court of Owls hasn't been explored yet in a video game for Batman. So
Yeah, so that has to be exciting, definitely.
yeah, the Court of Owls is like definitely one of the main premises, like main comics that like stems like even back to like the origins of Batman that like they didn't like you don't even realize until like you read like Batman comics later. Like I felt like it was almost like like added on, like it
Mhm.
wasn't part of the initial story, and they're just like, okay, well, we need to fill in some Batman backstory, but I think they did a good job, and I think if this game can fulfill on that promise, this game is going to be absolutely incredible. As far as the Suicide Squad goes, it looks like you said, like the movie. It
Mhm.
looks funny as hell. It looks fun. I think they are nailing the characters. I think that the movie was fun. I love the last Suicide Squad movie, um, and I'm definitely getting those vibes. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of play that one. I just don't know like how as far as gameplay goes. Like I don't know how that's going to be.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely need to keep an eye on that. So any gameplay trailers that we see, we're definitely going to have to check that out for sure. As for Gotham Knights, that's definitely if you guys are interested, definitely do a YouTube search and just look for some gameplay and um, like I said earlier, Finance is making me want to play the Arkham Asylum game. Dust off my PS3, look for the game, pop it in there with all those Batman suits from the '90s, the '70s. Just for sure. Those were some good games, guys. So let's see. So that's going to do it for our discussion and our gaming mentions for the week. So let's get into the rundown of what is coming out. Um, so I know Finance missed a game last week. NHL 22 for you sports fans out there. That came out this past Friday.
I missed that on purpose.
So yeah, I figured I'd start with that. I figure for
Oh man.
well, hey, NHL. I mean, NHL '95 was my jam back in the day, but that was one of them. A big
Was it?
Mighty Ducks fan.
I'm
Well,
sorry. I better go off topic. What was that? What was it? NHL Blitz? Was that hockey game that was like NFL Blitz?
yeah, I
Wasn't there?
think it was. Yeah, something like
Man, I used to
that.
love that NHL game like that. Like, okay, obviously it's not like real hockey, but
Yeah.
that was like the one hockey game I did play like a madman. I was so much fun. But yeah, anyway, keep on going. I'm sorry.
All right, no worries. Nuclear Blaze comes out for PC on October 18th. Inscription out for PC October 19th. Also, October 19th, we got Into the Pit, which is going to be for Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, and PC. October 20th, we got Corpse Party, and that's going to be on all consoles, it appears. Well, no, actually, the last gen consoles and the Switch. If you want to play it on your current gen with the PS5, Xbox Series X or S, I'm pretty sure there's backwards compatibility. Uh, Grotto for the PC coming out October 20th. Town Scraper coming out October 20th for iOS and Android. Echo Generation for Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC October 21st. And the Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes, excuse me, for PS5, Xbox Series XS, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Any of these games you're looking forward to this week, or any game that someone should pick up?
Ooh, you threw me for a loop with it. If anyone should pick up any of these games. Honestly, I wish I could say I don't know if anyone should pick up any of these games. Um, I'm not familiar with any of these games, and most of the games that you listed here are either on Xbox or on PC, and those aren't my primary systems. So, that being said,
Where's Matt when you need him?
where's Matt when you need him? Or where's Celine? Because these
Yeah,
games are
yeah.
too obscure for me to know. How about you, man? Are you picking up anything?
Um, Nothing on, but Quartz Party. I mean, I guess Halloween's coming up, so Quartz Party, looks pretty decent. I mean, if you want, it's a survival horror game for the most part. So I mean, if you guys want to get into the Halloween spirit, want to try something, of a theme of the month, I would go that maybe. But otherwise, I mean, no, I mean, no recommendations from me. So I mean, if anyone in the audience or anyone listening knows thinks that we should try some of these games, let us know.
Yeah,
For the most part.
right there, right into Game and Watch Podcast at gmail.com. And then
Yeah,
we will get it.
we will read your emails on air. So definitely. So email the
Whoa, making
show.
promises. I don't know about that. No, no, I'm just
All right.
joking. Yeah, we'll totally read an email on air if it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's nothing too explicit or anything. All right. So last but not least, what are we playing? What are we
Oh,
playing?
can you start this one off? Is that
All
cool?
right. Yeah, I'm playing Metroid Dread. I was actually playing it right before we started this podcast.
Ooh. So what do you think so far?
um, I think there's a lot of positive to it. I mean, it's definitely like the one for the 3DS, Samus Returns. I hope they actually port that game to the Switch actually, because that is just so much better to play on console than it is handheld, in my opinion. I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know, but um, but so far so good. It is a little tough. I've had to watch a little bit of gameplay to see how to get through a few things, but for the most part, it's a good game. I wish the map design was just a little bit better,
I've heard
and
that. That's what people have been
yeah,
saying. Yeah.
yeah, just they could do like a little bit better, like trying to help you out of like some of things to shoot, so you can go through there and not having to like take a wild guess or something like that. You can be going back and forth if you're not very careful. So, and I also hear there is a bug toward the end of the game, but I'm not that far in. But
Yeah. Nintendo
and
said
then
they're gonna patch that bug, but as of
yeah,
right now, it is a game stopping bug
yeah.
where you
So
cannot proceed. Yeah.
yeah, so I got to be careful, but I'm nowhere near there yet. So, but the bosses they are challenging, but it's doable. It's
Mhm.
doable. I don't think it's anywhere on the level of Dark Souls, and so because I don't know if you've read like some of the people complaining that the game's too hard, and if it is too hard, then I mean, just if it's a game you really want to play like I do, just
Get
look
better.
for get better or get better or just look for a walkthrough. And I mean, if you want to do a walkthrough, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's your money, so it's just I mean, you're getting the enjoyment out of the game is the way I look at it. But I mean, it's a fun game. It's I think Matt would really like it because he seems to like those kind of games.
Yeah.
And just aside from that, I've also been played a little bit of Hot Wheels this week.
Wait,
Also,
before you leave Metroid, I just have a question about that.
okay.
So, what do you feel more of? Do you feel more dread when you have to turn the game on and play it? Or do you feel more dread when you are playing it?
Uh, Probably when I'm playing it.
Okay, that's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, but I don't let it frustrate me at all. But I mean, if I'm dreading playing the game, then I seriously just would I would just play something else. Like if I'm, you know me, finance. If I'm done with a game, I'm done with a game. You know, so it's
Yeah,
like, and then Hot Wheels, leading the way. Hot Wheels Unleashed, definitely a good game. I'm gonna get the season pass probably when I finish Metroid Dread, or if I don't buy anything else before the holiday season. But
that's
I mean,
awesome. I'm shocked to hear you say that.
yeah, it's good. It's fun. I mean, those tracks are real fun. It got you going back for more. I mean, whenever you get a chance to pick it up, definitely pick it up. So,
I'm just scared. I'm like honestly, like I'm just really scared about picking up that game on a PlayStation 4. I feel like it's gonna I know like the reviews were fairly good for it,
mhm.
but I feel like I'm gonna pick it up on the PS4, like, and then it's just gonna suck. It's not gonna be like as good as like what happened with
Oh yeah,
Kena Bridge of Spirits. Like I feel like I'm just gonna pick it up. It's not gonna be as good as you're telling me. And then I'm gonna be pissed about like paying for that game. And then it just
and
I
now
feel
you
like
have to play it because I
yeah,
paid for it.
yeah, and and that's my biggest fear. I feel like we're at that point in the console generations where like some of the games are just like aren't going to be as good on PS4. Like just flat out. Like I mean, of course they're not going to be as good as PS4, but like to a degree where I like it's not even worth picking up. Like and for
Mhm.
Hot Wheels, there's no upgrade system.
Yeah, I
So
agree. And then getting those good old cars like Logan was saying a couple episodes back. It's a bit of a grind. So,
yeah.
like the Turtle Party Wagon and Kit, the
Yeah,
Back
so
to the
that means
Future
I'm
kind.
definitely
Yes.
not playing it on the PS5. Like if I have to grind for all that stuff, like and I get it on
Yeah,
the PS4, like
yeah.
I'm a little worried about that, but I do want to play the game. I do want to support the game. I want to support the developers. I just really wish they would have put an upgrade system in it. So at least like when I do get my PS5, like I can play it like and have all my how all my old content and all my old saves.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you on that. So
Yeah.
hopefully they do make it cross gen, or yeah, and like cross play, because I think that would help it a lot, because online does need a bit of work. But enough with what I'm playing. What about you? What have you been dipping into?
Yeah, so this week I bought Ace Combat.
Ace Combat.
Yeah, I- Ace Combat Evolved, I believe it's called. I'm so bad with these names. I have a horrible memory. I don't know if you know. I know you know this, but I know the audience doesn't know. I have a horrible memory. But Ace Combat Evolved, I believe is what it's called. So I picked that up because I've been looking at it for a long time. It was like 3 years ago. It was like what? It was like 2020 when I believe it came out, and yeah, I was super excited about it before it came out, and I was like, "Man, I have to play this game." I'm super excited. I used to play all the old Ace Combats. The last one I bought was on PS2, and I was just like, I'm really excited to play this game with the upgraded graphics, and this is before Flight Simulator. So I'm just like, I'm ready. Like, yeah, give me a flight stick, and I want to go to town. Um, and I never picked it up, and I never got around to it. And I heard good things because they added VR to it, so it has a VR mode where you can play like a couple missions in VR, not the entire game.
No.
um and and then yeah, I finally picked it up. I picked it up like on the cheap, super cheap, and because the DLC recently came out, and I was like, ooh, that DLC looks like fun, and that like sparked my interest again. So I purchased that, picked it up. I've only put like an hour into it, and so far the story is kind of a little drawn out, like only being an hour in. Um, I've only played like two missions, and yeah, I just like all I want to do is do the free flight, but I want to get all the jets. So in order to get all the jets, I have to keep on playing.
Yeah.
But it's essentially about this girl. She grew up flying. This is alternate. It's alternate reality. It's not Earth.
Mm.
Like
Oh,
It's Earth, but like it's not. the United States and all these, they make up all these other countries. Like it's like the UNSF or something, or the UNCF or something like that.
Okay.
Um, and this girl built her own jet, with like the helps of like her family and her friends and everything, because they were all in the military and everything. And then another country launches these drones, and with the drones they do a multi-strike on several continents, all at the same time, and they wipe out like all military defenses, except for a few places. And you're one of like kind of the resistance, and you have to take your jet, not the one that you made, but they give you a jet, and kind of wipe out the drones and wipe out this these countries' military in order to kind of take back things for yourself. And yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm not super excited to play it, play it again. I'm gonna keep on playing. Yeah, but
I
I'm
know you'll find a game that you're excited to play, and you'll just be like, "Yeah, y'all gotta play this."
I love
Uh,
Hades. I talk about
Hades.
Hades every week. I
Wow.
think it's been 6 weeks of podcasting since I bought Hades, and or like something like that, like 5 6 weeks, and that's all I want to play. That's I like to play Dead Cells too. Dead Cells like recently put out an update also.
Oh, they did. All
Um,
right, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, so I haven't jumped back into Dead Cells yet, but I am keeping an eye on it, and I'm excited to. I love Dead Cells, so I love Hades.
Yeah,
I love Dead Cells. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think our first roundtable, at least for the game topic, will probably be Hades. We
What
just got to
episode
make.
are we on? Is this
Uh,
59?
yeah, 59.
We're supposed to have the roundtable next week. What are we doing?
We're roundtable next week. Okay. Spoiler alert. Roundtable next week.
We're supposed to have it. 10th episode was the idea, right? I don't know. We can always push it back. I'm just saying.
All right.
I don't know. It's up to you. So
No, no, no. We're gonna we'll talk with the rest of the Discord, and we will definitely schedule that roundtable at least within the next 2 to 3 episodes. But anyway, we're gonna put this episode in the books. You guys have been watching or listening to episode 59 of the Game and Watch podcast. Definitely support us on all our social media platforms, and definitely give us a like. Uh, for Finest Dabs, I'm Justin Reed, aka Too Tall for You Fool, saying so long. Catch you on the next one. Later.
bye, everyone.